The long road before sunrise. Every morning, before the sun had fully risen, Adam woke up to the same sound. The creaking ceiling fan struggling against the humid air. It wasn't loud, but it was persistent, like life itself reminding him that it would not stop just because he was tired. His room was small, too small for dreams as big as his. The walls were cracked, paint peeling like it had given up years ago. A single wooden table sat in the corner, cluttered with old notebooks, half-working pens, and a cheap alarm clock that rang 5 minutes late every day. The mirror on the wall had a crack running straight through the middle, splitting his reflection into two, one half hopeful, the other exhausted. Adam stared at that reflection every morning. "Not today," he whispered, though he didn't know who he was speaking to, himself or the universe. Outside, the city was already awake. Buses roared past, shopkeepers lifted metal shutters, and people rushed toward lives they didn't love but couldn't escape. Adam joined them, slipping into worn shoes that had lost their shine long ago. His mother was in the kitchen, stirring tea in a chipped cup. "You're up early again," she said softly. "Same as always," Adam replied. She wanted to say something more. She always did, but words had become expensive in that house, used only when necessary. Adam grabbed his bag and stepped outside, the door closing behind him with a quiet finality. The road to the bus stop was long and dusty. With every step, his thoughts grew heavier. He was 22 years old. No job, no degree, no recognition, no certainty, only dreams, and those didn't pay rent. People his age were moving forward. Some had careers, some had businesses, some were already planning weddings and future. Adam had nothing but effort, and even that felt invisible. On the bus, he stood holding the metal bar, surrounded by tired faces. A man next to him spoke loudly on the phone. "I told you, I got the promotion. Hard work always pays." But Adam looked out the window. Does it? He wondered. Adam spent his days at a small internet cafe, not as an employee, but as a learner. He couldn't afford college, couldn't afford coaching, couldn't afford failure either. So he taught himself, coding tutorials, business lectures, motivation videos, success stories. He watched them all, late into the night, eyes burning, head aching, heart refusing to quit. The cafe owner often mocked him. "You come every day, sit for hours, and leave with nothing." The man laughed once. "At least play games like the others." But Adam smiled politely. He had learned that explaining dreams to the wrong people only made them sound foolish. Every day, rejection emails filled his inbox. "We regret to inform you. Unfortunately, you do not meet our requirements. We have decided to move forward with another candidate." Each line felt like a small cut. At night, lying on his thin mattress, Adam questioned himself. Am I wasting my life? Am I chasing something that was never meant for me? What if I'm not special? The silence answered back. One evening, rain poured heavily as Adam walked home, his clothes soaked through, shoes squelching with every step. He didn't rush. What was waiting at home anyway? At a corner tea stall, he overheard two men talking. "Talent doesn't matter," one said. "Connections do." But the other laughed. "If you're born poor, stay poor." But Adam felt something twist inside his chest. That night, his mother found him sitting in the dark. "You didn't eat," she said. "I'm not hungry." But she sat beside him. "I know you think I don't understand," she said gently, "but I see how hard you try." But Adam finally broke. "What if it never works?" he asked, voice shaking. "What if I'm just average?" But his mother looked at him for a long moment. "Average people quit," she said. "The rest keep going until the world has no choice but to notice." But her words didn't fix everything, but they stayed. Months passed, savings disappeared, hope weakened, opportunities vanished. One morning, Adam opened his email to find nothing. No rejections, no replies, no chances, just emptiness. That was the day he didn't get out of bed. Hours passed. The kept turning. At dusk, Adam sat up suddenly. If nothing changes, nothing changes. He grabbed his notebook and wrote one sentence. I will outwork my excuses. But that night, he planned differently. No motivation videos, no dreaming, only work. He decided to build something real, something small but his own. Adam began freelancing online. The first week, he earned nothing. The second week, he earned less than bus fare. Still, he kept going. He worked while others slept. He learned while others complained. He failed while others watched. People laughed. You're wasting time. They said, get a real job. But dreams don't feed families. But Adam smiled and returned to work. Every rejection taught him something. Every mistake sharpened him. Every lonely night strengthened him. Progress was slow, painfully slow, but it was real. One night at 2:47 a.m., Adam received an email. Not a rejection, a client, small project, low pay, tight deadline. Adam stared at the screen, heart pounding. He replied instantly. He worked non-stop for 3 days. When he sent the final file, his hands were shaking. An hour later, another email arrived. Excellent work. We'd like to continue. But Adam leaned back, tears filling his eyes. It wasn't success, but it was proof. Proof that effort leaves fingerprints. Months later, Adam's routine was unrecognizable. He woke early, worked longer, learned deeper. He no longer waited for motivation. Discipline had replaced it. Income slowly increased. Confidence quietly grew. Doubt still existed, but it no longer ruled him. One day, the same cafe owner watched Adam leave after paying without hesitation. Business good? He asked. Adam smiled. Getting there. But success demanded a price. Friendships faded. Comfort disappeared. Rest became rare. Some nights, Adam felt painfully alone, but he reminded himself, loneliness is temporary. Regret is permanent. He chose growth. Again, and again, and again. 2 years later, Adam stood on a stage. Not a big one, but one he never imagined reaching. He spoke about struggle, about patience, about invisible effort. The audience listened. After the talk, a young man approached him. How did you stay motivated? He asked. Adam smiled. I didn't, he said. I stayed consistent. But Chapter 10, Before the Sunrise. That night, Adam returned home and looked at the cracked mirror. The reflection was different now. Still tired, still human, but stronger. Outside, the sun began to rise, and for the first time, Adam knew the long road had been worth it. I hope may you like Thai story. If you want more like this, then subscribe Factopia Stories channel.